Alright, man, Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. First and foremost, I'd like to start this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Cha Kodash. Next is double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who ruled well and taught us this 100% truth. Salutations unto the 144,000. Doing the work of the Lord in all truth, honor, and sincerity. Shalom to the 1/3 men, women, and children who believe in this word being taught unto them. Shabbat I am Allah. Back at you with another video entitled "Be at Peace with the Will of the Heavenly Father." You know, because that's really what we're subject to. You know, so whether it be good or bad, you know, the situation, whatever the case may be, you have to know and understand that fundamentally that is and was the will of the Heavenly Father. Alright, don't think that the Heavenly Father is just one-dimensional and he or somehow that situation that played out in your life, yeah, you know, the Heavenly Father had nothing to do with that at all. He just didn't know about that. No, the Heavenly Father is the one that governs our lives, man. Okay? You have to understand that about the Lord. And once you understand that about the Lord, it allows you to be at peace with His will rather than being offended. This is 1 Thessalonians 5:18. It says here, "In everything give thanks, for this is the will of the Most High in Hamashiach Hawashai concerning you." Alright, it says in everything give thanks. Whether it be good, you give thanks. Whether it be evil, you give thanks. Because this is the perfect will of the Heavenly Father concerning us. And you know, there's just parts of the story that's written for us where it's not necessarily, you know, the most comfortable. It's not the greatest. It's not entirely the most appealing part of the storyline for you. However, it's still beneficial to aiding in your personal development and who you need to be in this truth, whether you see and recognize that or not. And that's the reason why the Heavenly Father puts certain situations on us. Alright? Read Hebrews chapter 12. Let's read that now. So Hebrews 12, and I think it's the 10th verse, but really you can read a bit up. Yeah, it's the 11th verse actually. Hebrews 12:11 says, "Now no chastening for the present moment seemeth to be joyous, but grievous." Right? See that? When you being chastened, when you going through that straight, that if you could have it your way, you'd rather not. Right? When you going through that, it's grievous, man. It can be grievous. That's why it says once again that no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous, but grievous. Because it is grievous when you're getting chastened, man. But you see, when you come into the understanding of being at peace with the will of the Heavenly Father, it makes it to deal with, man. Because you oh wow, the fuel price came down a couple pences. Oh wow, I drove past a couple days, it's been at 191.9. Now it's at 189.9. Not that it makes much of a difference, but shit. Gotta see what's happening with that, right? So yeah, the chastening in the present moment is gonna seem grievous, man. It's just like when you go to the gym, you work out, especially when you got legs. Oh man, that's grievous, man. That don't feel in the present moment. It don't feel great. When you're about to hit your top set, that don't feel great. Sometimes you be flooded with anxiety just even do the set, because you know that you have to lift that shit. And you know that's heavy as hell. Pretty fucking ridiculous, mate. Check if it's even still working. Yep, we back. So yeah, man, we got to be at peace with the will of the Heavenly Father, man. Okay, and it's understanding that the chastening in the present moment, it ain't going to seem nice. However, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. So it's about exercising our faith, exercising our trust and belief in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, exercising those demons off us, certain habits that we may cling to, certain things that hold us back. That's really what the chastening is for. All right, and we just have to be at peace with knowing that there's parts in the story in the Heavenly Father story that's written for us that's not necessarily desirable, or something that you'd want to go through willingly, but you're gonna have to do it anyway. All right, so it's all about being at peace with the Heavenly Father's will. This is Sirach 18 and verse 1. It says, he that liveth forever hath created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but he, who governeth the world with the palm of his hand, and all things obey his will. So that even right there cuts out the illusion of free will. Yeah, man just does whatever they know. That's not the case, bro. Every step that man takes is directed by the Heavenly Father. It says, for he is the King of all, by his power divided holy things among them from profane. Okay, so the Heavenly Father governs our steps. He's the one that puts the spirit on us to prophesy. He's the one that subjects certain individuals to evil spirits, man, where they can't receive this truth. The Heavenly Father has a council in the heavens, man, and he has the spirits or the demons on the left hand side and the angels on the right hand side, and they both do the bidding of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. And who's the top angel on the right hand side? And in that council, that would be Yahushai. And who's the top demon or evil angel on the left hand side in that council? That would be Satan. Okay, let's get this. This is Job chapter 33 and verse 14. For the Most High speaketh once, yet twice, yet man perceiveth it not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, in slumberings upon the bed, then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. So you can have the plan, you go and do this, you go and do that, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. But the Heavenly Father is the one that withdraws you from your purpose. Now, you got certain individuals that are deceived because the Heavenly Father has it to where they're operating in what they believe is free will, and they're doing this and they're doing that, and the Heavenly Father is letting it run. So they think that, that's when them proud statements come. You self-made, or you sold this and you sold that. All right, but really the Heavenly Father, he's doing that to deceive you, man. It tells you that in Job 12 and 16, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. All right, so the Heavenly Father, he can make you believe that you really you running shit, and really you ain't running nothing. You just running yourself into the ground, and you see that in time, man. So we just gotta be at peace with what the Heavenly Father has set up for us, man. Even these devils, man, Trump and whatnot, you think they're operating off their own back? Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will, man. Got to get with the program. Alright, this is how the Heavenly Father operates. Man need to, you know, wake up and smell the coffee, man. What does it say in Proverbs 20 and 24? It says, man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Alright, so the Heavenly Father is the one that governs each and every one of our steps. So with that comes with, you know, certain times you're going to experience things you may not want to experience. You're going to go through things you don't want to go through. Think about Jacob's trouble. It tells you how the elect shall scarcely be saved. If you left it up to the flesh will choose the easy option. Or just get beamed up. You know, pretty much rapture doctrine. Don't go through anything. Don't go through the tribulation. Just get beamed up. But the Heavenly Father has it to where through much tribulation are we going to enter into the kingdom of the Most High. But why? Because that's his will. So we have to be at peace with the will of the Heavenly Father. You see? It's just like when you watch a movie, you know, the character that you like may not, you know, there may be certain parts of the movie where they're the lowly, they're despised, they're not respected, and then they get their shine. However, you know, that was written in the movie for them by the director. And who's the ultimate director on high? The Heavenly Father Yahweh. All right, one more precept and I got to go, man. This is Matthew 11 and 6. And blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. All right, you're not offended in you know, how the Heavenly Father goes about his business, how he goes about judging, how he set these nations to rule over us, you know, at set different periods of time. But now we're at the end of that, with Esau being, you know, defeat. Or, you know, in terms of the statue in the book of Daniel. All right, we have to be at peace with all of that, because guess what? When we're in the kingdom of heaven and we reap the benefits, we certainly gonna be at peace with that, man. And eternity, that's forever. We gonna have forever to enjoy the things we want to enjoy, man. Not a limited time. So just keep things in perspective, man. But yeah, that's just some early morning edification. I gotta go to the plantation now, man. So I pray, Lord willing, it's been edifying. Until the next time I say shalom. Stay up, stay strong, man.